Hey, everybody. I'm really kind of nervous. You know why? Because I have in my room, and I'm not worthy to have you in my home because this young lady here, she looks like she'd be a king cousin, doesn't she? Doesn't she look like she could be one of the family? This is not. This is Erin Murphy, who played Tabitha on Bewitched. What? We've been friends now for what, about 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years probably.
5 years, something like that. And I'm like a 7-year-old when I see you and you're in my home or we're out someplace and I go, I'm with Tabitha. So you, and I know doing conventions and everything like that, you've had tons of, fans geek out on you and I as a child performer too, I've gotten people saying, you were part of my growing up and everything, but you were as they say, you were in my living room every week, every Thursday night.
ABC.
Yeah. Now, when you started the show with a lot of little kid actors, you're a twin.
Yes. I have a fraternal twin sister, Diane. So when they were casting the part of Tabitha, they wanted the part bigger the third season, which is when I started. So they were looking for twins because you can only work so many hours.
Right.
But since my sister and I are fraternal twins, we don't really look that much alike.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
We don't look at all
alike now. You wouldn't even know you were related.
Yes.
But this is my thinking, is there kind of a little All About Eve going on here? Because, there's two sisters, and funny how you ended up getting the part. Did you maybe slip something in her baba so that when she had to do the nose, kind of like a sobriety test, she couldn't do read your hand to the twinkle?
No, I think, not everyone loves the entertainment business.
So
you either
cool?
love it or you don't. She was, because when they would bring Diane on the set, even as a baby, she would cry. She didn't like the lights, she didn't like the hours, and I loved it. So what they did, even back then, they would kind of get around the child labor laws by bringing me off set, and then they'd say, okay, bring on Diane, and then they'd bring me right back on
set. You're kidding.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that here. No, don't share that with anybody, okay? Don't want anybody, don't want the child actor police to come. I remember being yanked off of a set on my own family's show because I was 17. I was literally about a month from my birthday, and I didn't get to, finish the thing. But
wow, because of hours?
Yeah. Because of that. Now, there's a lot of twos going on your show. There was two Gladys Kravitz, and the first one died when you were...
Before I started. I started the same season as Sandra Gould, who is the second Gladys Kravitz.
Yeah, who got an Emmy
after
she passed away.
Yes.
Yeah, and then two Darrens.
That's right.
Two Darrens. And I got to say that it's a good icebreaker on a first date. You ask people, which Darren did they like? Which Gladys? And
which Darren did you like?
I think I'm the only person that was a Darren number 2. Did anybody ever say to you, Darren number 2?
Well, you just did. But I think people like whoever the first one is for them. So people who started watching Bewitched in '64 when it started knew Dick York as Darren first. Some of the kids who grew up watching it on TV Land or some of the antenna TV, they started watching the later episodes first, so they think of Dick Sargent as the first Darren, and then they're confused when Dick York comes along.
I watched from the beginning, but I still felt he was just a little gentler of a dad, of a husband. But so I know as a child performer with the sets and all of that bigger than life thing, for me there was sometimes a reality check with what's real and what wasn't. Did that ever happen to you I know things in those days, they had strings and stuff, but did you ever get a confusion with...
I didn't really, because I grew up on a set. I started acting before I was 1, but supposedly there was one time when I wanted eggs on the weekend for breakfast, and my mom said, we don't have any eggs, and I said, I'll just twitch some up. So, maybe.
I love that. Wow. Let's see, I even kept notes here because I was nervous. Okay, so did you stay in touch with everybody, any of the cast members after the show?
I did. Unfortunately, everyone passed away at this point, but Agnes Moorehead passed away just a few years after we went off the air.
Right.
And I did stay in touch with Dick York, who was ill, so we stayed in touch by phone. Dick Sargent and I were in touch quite a bit. And Elizabeth Montgomery and I did, mainly through her children. She has 3 kids who are still some of my closest friends. I think of them like brothers and a sister. So
wow, that's awesome. So is there any like crazy things that fans have asked? I mean, I'm sure there is, being that you're a witch. Anything that just pops to mind, some request, or did you really have magic, or?
Well, you get that a lot. The strangest thing, I guess, is people always want me to sign strange things. Like, I'll be at a mall somewhere, and someone will bring in a saddle for me to sign, and I think, okay. So
connection, horseback riding and witchcraft.
I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I mean, I was on a show that people loved, so when people ask me questions, they're nice about it, and I'm always happy to answer.
You were part of something was such an important part of the 60s. And what year
70s.
Did you go? And you went off the air?
72.
72. Yeah. And watching a rerun from time to time, you see how different the times were, that the man ruled the roost, and here's this powerful woman who's not allowed to be herself, which is, absolutely. I remember as a grown-up, I'm watching it going, now that's scary, that's spooky.
Well, I think it's one of the reasons that our show is so popular in every different community, because it's almost like Samantha was in a closet.
Yeah,
because she couldn't be herself. So it's kind of about that she could do anything in the world. She could do anything. She could marry anyone, and she chose a mortal for love. So it's kind of sweet.
Oh, I may cry. I know this is kind of cliche to have you here for Camtober, for witches and Halloween and all, but that's me walking cliche. Do you have any and I didn't prep her for this, so there might not be anything. Any trick or treat thing? Did anybody ever come to your door as Bewitched
Tabitha?
Or Tabitha?
You know what? They might have come to my door as Tabitha, but I was always out trick or treating, so I wouldn't have seen them.
That's right. Very good. Something I'm also asking people, and thank you for coming over. This is just been a hoot, and I know I'm going to think of all.
I love it here.
I know. And I'm going to think of so many things after she gets on her broomstick and takes off. But, okay, it's Halloween, right? Mm-hmm. Someone has left a bowl of candy out at the door. You know how they would do. They're not home, but they think, I'll just put all these popcorn balls or whatever out at the door. How many do you take when no one's looking?
Well, if they're popcorn balls, maybe none. If they were Butterfinger,
witnesses avoiding the question.
$100,000 bars, I would at most take 2. Maybe if there were 2 different things I like, I would take 1 of each. I would never take all the candy, even though I have a very sweet tooth.
Do we believe her? I'm a believer. Okay, and I'm not going to ask you to go like this because I don't have sound effects.
Okay, but you can do it.
I can do it. Deedle-deedle-dee. Sorry, okay. Thank you so much for doing this. Love you. Isn't this just awesome? Look who it is.
And now, the King Sisters.
Bewitched, you got me in your spell. Bewitched, you know your craft so well. My heart was under lock and key, but somehow it got unhitched. I never thought my heart could be had, but now I'm caught and I'm kind of glad to be bewitched. Bewitched, you got me in your spell. Bewitched, you know your craft so well. Before I knew what you were doing, I looked into your eyes. The brand of woo that you've been brewing took me by surprise. You witch, one thing is for sure that stuff Cupid just hasn't got a cure. The heart was under lock and key, but somehow it got unhitched. I never thought my heart could be had, but now I'm caught and I'm kind of glad to be bewitched. I never thought my heart could be had, but now